All right. We're in the house now. It's 2:46 in the afternoon. Um, I just cleaned the sink because we're going to need it. And I brought in, this is the first round of pineapple sage right here in the colander. So just to show you a few examples, because it was growing at all different kinds of heights, this right here is an example of the oldest growth of pineapple sage. That's why it looks really crappy. The leaves are, as you can see, a lot of them are turning brown. Now the thing is, if it's fresh, you can use all parts of the pineapple sage, including the stems. And here is some fresh, beautiful new growth. Some examples of, look at how pretty it is. So this is what I still wanted to show what it looks like when it's old, because well, that's part of it. And you need to remove it to give the new stuff a chance. And when you cut it back, like, okay, this stuff I cut all the way down to the ground. But these beautiful tender little shoots, you cut them to where you still leave some lower leaves on the plant so that it continues growing. What I'm going to do is fill up the sink with water and then rinse it very, very well, and then return it to dry on these paper towels. Now, we're very, very fortunate because usually after it rains, the way it's been, okay, right now this year there's been an abundance of rain, so it's continued to rain. But usually after a rain, it splashes dirt back onto the plant, so stuff like this would be half covered in dirt. And thankfully that is not the case today, because if it was that dirty, I would have to rinse it in the sink at least 3 times, and this time it's looking like we're probably only going to have to rinse it once. And that makes me very happy because it cuts down on the work I have to do. So what I'm going to do is, you can see that there's a big old mess here, and that's just the first round. I'm going to separate out the crappy old stuff and probably going to throw this away, but it still needed to be removed, and it needed to be removed out of the garden area. It's not a good idea to cut it and then just throw it aside. It just isn't. It's not good for the plant. So this stuff will just go in the trash. I mean, it's terrible. You can see how old and terrible it is. That is not dirt. That is old, it's necroses, I guess. So anyways, that's the old stuff. This is the new. And the best part about pineapple sage is at any stage after you harvest it, you can use it for tea. This is fresh, and I could throw it into a pot of tea right now. And when it's in the process of drying, like when it's half wilted, you can use it for tea, and then after it's completely dry, you can use it for tea. It's wonderful. The only drawback, and this is just the nature of the beast, after it dries, it's not going to be this beautiful, vibrant green. It's going to be a dull, muted green color, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it, because it's perfect. And thankfully, in the summer, it gets attacked and really, really chewed on by a bunch of insects, and that just makes me upset. Caterpillars and whatnot. Thankfully, that's not the case right now because it's November. So I'm going to clean all this up and then I'm going to clean it up, rinse it, and then set it on paper towels on this counter to dry. So more later.